Hi, my name is Kyuri, and welcome to your 30-minute yoga session. Today's focus is going to be the head, neck, and shoulders, so let's begin. For this session, you are going to need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, stacks of books kind of work, or pillows could actually work as well. So grab your prop, roll out your mat, and let's get started. We're going to start in our comfortable seat today. So come into a nice easy cross, or you can have your legs extended, or you can elevate your seat by sitting on one of these blocks if you're really tight in the hips, so we can focus on the upper body today. So once you find that comfortable seat, just place your hands on your knees, relax the shoulders down and away from the ears, and take a couple of deep breaths to help set the pace and the tone. Take a nice big breath in through the nose, and a nice long exhale out the mouth as you let it go. Take another big breath in, followed by a nice long exhale out. We'll take 3 more just like that. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Final 2, breath in. And an exhale out. One last breath in. And a nice long exhale to let it all go. Gently blink the eyes open, wiggle the fingers, do a couple of shoulder rolls. Just gently roll the shoulders back, all the way up to the ears, and then back and down. Really good. We'll allow that movement to grow a little bit bigger by allowing the elbows to join. So make some big circles with those elbows. And then we'll make it even bigger by letting the arms join. So sweep the arms all the way up, and then back, 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 and down. And then do that a few more times. Big reach. Back and down. If you feel those little clicks or hear them, know that that's okay as long as it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Really good. On your next inhale, reach both arms all the way up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to take that right hand all the way down towards the right side of the mat. Reach that left arm nice and long up overhead. And then use your inhales to lengthen, and then your exhales to deepen. If you'd like to look up, that's going to help rotate that left shoulder up towards the sky. And then on your next inhale, reach both arms all the way back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, left hand down towards the mat. Support yourself with that left hand. Reach long with the right as you take that dip over towards the left. Use your inhales again to lengthen, and then your exhales to deepen. Again, look up. Feel like you're caving forward a little bit so that you keep rotating your chest up towards the sky. One more breath. And then on your next inhale again, reach both arms all the way back up towards the sky. And then exhale, sweep the arms all the way back and down. Really good. This time you're going to take your right hand. You're going to bring it over to the left side of your head. Keep that left shoulder down, or maybe reach your fingers away from the rest of the body to help give yourself space between that neck and head. And then just gently guide your head over towards the right. Try to relax your jaw. And then maybe dip your chin slightly forward to feel that nice long stretch behind the left side of the neck. Take a couple of deep breaths here. As you find your next breath, reach the arm back up towards the sky, and then relax it. Exhale, bring it all the way back down towards the ground. Use your inhale to reach the left arm high. Bring it over towards the right side of your head, and then again, reach that right arm away from the body as you gently guide your head over towards the left. Again, just a gentle tilt of the chin down towards the chest. Breathe nice and long. And we'll be here for 2 more. Good. One more big breath in and out. And then gently release. And then on your next inhale, reach both arms all the way back up towards the sky. Lace the hands, push the palms up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bring the back of your hands, or the hands, against the back of your head. You're going to lean your head into the hands as you open up the chest. So think expanding and opening up the chest towards the sky. And then as you exhale, draw the elbows towards each other as you dip your chin and round through the upper back. Inhale again as you expand open. And then exhale again as you round. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, expand, open it up. Exhale, draw it closed. And then 1 more time. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up to the top. Push the palms back up towards the sky. Big reach. And then exhale, release the hands all the way down by your sides. Good. Once you've finished, you just rotate yourselves to your hands and knees. So once you've rotated, make sure the hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees are stacked right underneath the hips. And since we are focusing on the upper body and the shoulders today, if you feel like you carry a lot of tension through your traps, try to gently rotate the hands open a little bit as you expand them a little bit wider to give your shoulders a bit more space. So once you find that position, on your next inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, as well as your gaze as you feel nice and broad through your chest. And then as you exhale, push the earth away, dome the top of your back up towards the sky, tuck your pelvis underneath for cat. Inhale, arch the spine for cow. Exhale, round it out for cat. Really bringing that focus to the space between the shoulder blades. Good. Continue this movement back and forth between those cat and cow for a few more breaths. Moving in a pace that feels good for you as you find that extension and flexion through the spine. Good. 1 more round. Good. And then come back into a nice neutral spine once you finish that final round. Really good. We're going to take your left hand, you're going to place it right at the center of your mat. And on your next inhale, you're going to sweep that right arm all the way up towards the sky. Big reach as you rotate the upper body towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, sweep that arm underneath as you reach for the opposite side underneath your left armpit. Inhale again, sweep the right arm back up high. Exhale, sweep it through underneath. Good. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, rotate down. And then 1 more time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale. Good. We'll end on the inhale. So inhale, reach the arm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring that hand back down towards the ground. We'll replace that left hand with the right. And then on your next inhale breath, reach that left arm high. And then exhale, reach towards the opposite side underneath that right arm. Inhale again as you sweep. Exhale again as you reach underneath. Good. We got 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to end on the inhale. So inhale, reach up nice and long. And then exhale, bring that hand back down towards the mat. And then square off the hands. We'll take a gentle child's pose. So open up the knees nice and wide, bring the toes back together, and then reach your hips all the way back towards those heels as you reach your arms nice and long. Instead of having them directly front of the shoulders, try to open them a little bit wider to give your shoulders some space. And relax your forehead so there's no extra tension through the neck. If it feels good, maybe gently rub your third eye. Really good. And then you're going to just plant the hands, slide them a little bit closer to you, lift yourself all the way back onto hands and knees. We'll find a little bit of strength here. So you're going to walk your hands forward. Good. Walk your knees back, and you may stay in this position, so a modified plank. If you feel like you're feeling a little bit stronger today, and you feel like you can manage a full plank, tuck those toes, lift those knees, and find that hover. So instead of having your hips nice and high, think about bringing them in line with your shoulders and your head. And then instead of having your booty up, think about tucking your pelvis forward so you feel your low abs engage. Really press hard into the hands as you round the shoulders and breathe nice and big. We have 4 more right here. Good, last 3. 2 more. Last one. Good, inhale here. And then on the exhale, gently lower down halfway. And then lower yourself all the way down towards the ground. You're going to gently untuck the toes, roll the shoulders and elbows back, like you're squeezing your elbows behind you, puffing the chest forward, and then just gently push into your hands as you lift through the chest. Good. Gently lower yourself all the way down, and then we're going to lace our hands behind our lower back. So what you're going to do is once you've laced your hands behind the back, you're going to pull the knuckles down towards your heels, and then you're going to zip your toes together. On your next inhale, you're going to inhale, lift everything up off the ground. And then on the exhale, hold it there. Inhale again, keep pulling through the upper back. And then on the exhale, roll yourself all the way back down towards the earth. Good. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hold. Take another big breath as you lift. And then on the exhale, lower down. Really good. Last 2. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then on the exhale, roll it all the way down. Really good. Last one here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, rise. And then finally, let it all go. You can release the hands, take one hand on top of the other, rest your forehead on top of that. Widen the knees slightly as you bend those knees, bring your feet up towards the sky, and then just gently sweep the feet side to side. It's a nice way to roll out the quads, as well as softening through your lower back after that exercise. Beautiful. Once you're ready, you're going to gently release the feet back down towards the ground, tuck the toes, and then slide your hands right by your rib cage as you roll the shoulders and elbows back. Do your best to lift yourself either up onto your knees or all the way up onto your toes. It's up to you. Push yourself up. And then find your first downward facing dog, sending your hips all the way up and back. So just to get started and warm up the legs, pedal the feet, grounding the heels one at a time. And make sure that you're really pushing hard into those fingertips as well as the top knuckles of the palms. Excuse me. Really good. On your next inhale, you're going to look forward towards the front of the mat. And then on the exhale, you're going to walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. If you have to tent the fingers to get there, allow yourself to do so. If you have to bend the knees to get there, allow yourself to do so. And once your feet meet your hands, open the feet hip distance if they weren't there already, and then just find a nice big forward fold. Find that gentle swing and sway if that feels good to you, it feels good to you today. Or you can just hold still if that's what is calling to you. If you'd like to grab opposite elbows, that is also a great option. But wherever you are, still maintain that nice long breath. And then whenever you're ready, bend the knees quite a lot. Take a nice big breath in. And then on the exhale, pull the belly in towards the spine. Support your lower back as you slowly come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. I think inhale, reach. And then exhale, release the hands all the way down by your sides. Good. We'll take a forward fold with the arms back behind us. So we're going to lace the hands again behind the back. Pull the knuckles down towards the ground. Inhale, look up as you puff the chest up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, bend the knees. Find a nice big forward fold as you take the arms all the way up and overhead. It's a nice big opener for the shoulders. So if you feel like you don't want to focus on the hamstrings, keep those knees nice and bent. If you're like, oh, my legs are really tight, I want them to work, then maybe extend the legs if that feels okay. And then just allow yourself to breathe for 2 more. Beautiful, last one. Yeah, take another big breath here. Same thing, exhale, pull the belly in, bend the knees a lot. Pull yourself all the way up. And then as you inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. And then exhale again, bring the hands all the way out to the sides. And then again, down by your hips. Let's find a sun salutation. On your next inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the sky, big reach. And then as you find that exhale, big forward fold, bent knees are straight, it's up to you. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. On this one, lengthen the spine as well as the legs as you reach the crown of your head forward. And then on the exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, walk them forward into that nice long and strong plank. And then lower yourself down halfway. On the next inhale, untuck the toes, lift up through the chest, use that inhale breath. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes as you send the hips all the way up and back. Beautiful. We're going to find a nice big warrior 1. So on your next inhale, reach the right leg high. And then as you exhale, bring that knee towards your nose and step that foot between the hands. The back foot is going to pivot so that the entire foot is on the ground. And as you find your next inhale breath, you'll rise up. In that rise, try to get your hips to really push forward towards the front, really pushing that left hip forward, plugging that femur into the pelvis as you bend into that knee nice and strong. Reach the arms all the way up towards the sky for that strong warrior. Good. And breathe here for 2 more. Good, last one. Inhale here. Exhale, release both hands all the way back down towards the ground. Rotate that back foot so the heel is up. Slide the right foot all the way back to meet the left. And then find that strong push-up. You could always modify and do it on your knees as you lower down. Use your inhales to lift up as you find that upward facing dog or cobra. And then exhale all the way back into that downward facing dog. Good. Let's try again on the other side. On your next inhale, reach that left leg high. And then exhale, knee towards your nose. And step the foot forward between the hands. Back foot is going to again pivot down towards so that the entire foot is on the ground. And then on your next inhale, rise again towards the top. And then find that position through your hips. Rotate that right hip forward. Plug that left femur into the hip socket. You should take that nice big bend in that knee. If the back knee bothers you, you can also rotate that heel up if that's better. Keep the arms nice and high. And we'll be here for 2 more. Right, 1 more. Find one last big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bring both hands back down towards the earth. Sweep the left foot back to meet the right. And then again, lower yourself down halfway. Untuck the toes, lift up through the chest, find that inhale breath. And then a nice long exhale as you send it all the way back. Good. On your next inhale, look forward towards the front of the hands. And then as you exhale, tiptoe your feet this time all the way to the front to meet the hands. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands to your shins, lift up the chest. Bring the shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, let it all go back down towards the floor. Use that inhale again to rise all the way up to the top. And then as you exhale, bring your hands all the way down by your sides as you let it go. Good. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add a little bit onto your warrior 1. So on your next inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. Big reach. And then a nice long exhale as you let it all go. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. And then exhale, bring those hands down. Nice long plank once more. If you'd like to skip it this time, know that you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, lower yourself down halfway. Inhale, upward. And then finally, your exhale into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Good. We're going to find that warrior one on the right again. So inhale, reach the right leg high. And then exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot forward to meet the hands. Pivot again that back foot down so that the entire foot is on the ground. And then reach both arms high again. Good. But once you've found that warrior one, we're going to bring the arms all the way down and then straighten out that leg. We're going to move a little bit dynamic. So do your best to follow me. On your next inhale, bend into that knee as you reach the arms up. Inhale, breath. And then as you find that exhale, straighten the leg and bring the arms forward. As you find your next inhale, bend the knee again as you open the arms out wide, opening and expanding through the chest, dropping your elbows down. And then as you exhale, bring the hands back to close as you straighten the leg. Good. As you find your next inhale, bring your hands to your chest, keeping the fingertips together. Keep the elbows nice and high, retracting the shoulders back. And then as you exhale, release the hands back down towards the ground. Good. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, rise, bend into the knee, warrior one. And then exhale, arms forward, straighten the leg. Inhale, open everything nice and wide as you bend back into that knee. And then exhale again as you bring your hands back to close as you straighten the leg. Good. Palms to your chest, keep the fingertips touching. Draw the elbows high, bend the knee. And then exhale again as you release. Really good. Last time. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, arms forward, straighten the knee. Inhale, open up the arms nice and wide, puff up the chest, bend the knee. Inhale. And then exhale again, bring it back to neutral and close as you straighten the leg. Last one, hands to your chest, fingertips touching, elbows nice and high, bend that knee, inhale, breath. And then exhale again, release the hands and straighten the leg. That was it. Inhale, warrior one. Only so that we can transition back into our hands as you bring them back down towards the earth. Rotate that heel back up as you send that right foot all the way back. And then take that Chaturanga Dandasana or lower yourself down halfway. Use your inhales to lift up the chest, upward facing dog. And then again as you exhale into your downward facing dog. Beautiful. We have one more round on the left. So on your next inhale, reach that left leg high. And then again, strong as you bring that exhale, knee to your nose before stepping the foot between the hands. Once that foot arrives and lands, you're going to pivot that back foot down, come back up to warrior one on the left-hand side. And once you find that setup, we're going to straighten out that leg and release the arms. All right, let's do that dynamic movement one more time. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, warrior one on the left. And then exhale, arms forward, straighten the leg. Inhale, open the arms out wide, bend the knee. And then exhale again as you bring everything to close. Good. Hands to your chest, bend the knee again, elbows high. And then exhale, release the hands, straighten the legs. You got it. Two more just like that. Virabhadrasana one. Inhale. Exhale, arms 90 degrees, straighten the leg. Inhale, open it up nice and wide, puff the chest up towards the sky, bend the knee. And then exhale again, bring it to close. Palms to your chest, elbows high, inhale. And then exhale again, release. Really good. Inhale again, reach. Exhale again, bring the arms forward, let it go with the legs. Inhale, open nice and wide, bend the knee again. And then exhale again, bring it to close. Good. Palms to your chest, elbows high, bend the knee once more. And then exhale, release the arms and let it go. Good. I think we have one last one. Inhale, sweep. Warrior one. Good. Exhale, arms forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, open up the arms nice and wide, puff the chest up towards the sky, bend the knees nice and big. And then exhale again, bring it to close. Last one. Palms to chest, elbows high, bend the knee once more, nice and strong. And then exhale, release the hands. All right, let's finish up. Inhale, warrior one. Sweep the hands all the way back down towards the earth. Let it go. Sweep the left foot back to meet the right. And then you can either skip it or follow along all the way down halfway. Inhale, lift up, upward facing. until you exhale into your downward facing. Yeah, take another big breath in through your nose. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Good. One more big breath in. Exhale, open mouth, let it go. Good. On your next inhale, look forward towards the hands. Exhale, walk your feet until you can find a comfortable seat. Yeah. Once you arrive, you're going to pick up one of these blocks, and then we are going to lay ourselves all the way down onto the mat. So lay yourself all the way down. Woo. Really good. And you're going to take the block in this long, narrow length, and you're going to place it right in between the thighs. You're going to squeeze that block as hard as you can through your thighs, and then gently place your feet close to the hips. And you're going to tuck your shoulders underneath so you have a nice flat platform against your upper back. And then you're going to squeeze the block as hard as you can, and think about lifting your hips as well as your chest up towards your chin. On your next inhale, lift the hips up nice and high. And then on the exhale, roll it down nice and slow. Good. We'll do two more just like that. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. Really good. Once more. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, lower. For the final two, we'll allow the arms to move all the way up and overhead as well, along with the hips. So we're going to do that 2 times to finish up. On your next inhale, lift the hips and the arms up overhead. And then exhale again as you lower them together. Good. Again, one more time. And then exhale. Once you finish that, you're going to gently remove the block, set it aside, slowly pick up the knees one at a time to find that gentle counter as you round through your lower back. You can just bring your knees all the way out towards your armpits if you'd like. Just give yourself a gentle rock side to side. And we'll grab the back of the thighs. You'll tuck your head and neck, neck, and shoulders up towards your knees, and you'll just rock forward and back a couple times until you can come up to your seat. We're going to use that block once more. So you're going to take this block and place it at the top 1/3 of your mat, as well as the secondary block that is going to be a nice little pillow for your head. So I want you to think shoulder blade and head. So the spacing might not be perfect. You might have to do a little bit of adjusting, but that's kind of the idea. And the best way to do that is to have your hands a little bit behind you so you can kind of aim for the back of your chest to feel fully supported. And then again, without dropping your head, make sure that block is right where you need it to be before you rest your head on that, and make sure the base is nice and flat so the block is not tilted. Good. You see this nice big opening that's happening through the shoulders. So you have a couple of different options for your hands. If you'd like to be more passive, you can be in a nice A position with the arms down by your sides, palms facing up so that the shoulders naturally rotate. You can bring the arms out to a T for like level 2, I guess, for an opening. Or you can even bring them up a little bit higher, like a wide Y, to create an even bigger opening through the shoulders and your chest. So pick the arm position that feels best for you. Take a couple moments to settle. Integrate your breathing. To help you soften and slow the breath down from all that work we just put in. Keep your jaw nice and soft. And if you'd like a little bit more intensity of the arch, you can also bring the soles of your feet together and allow the knees to gently open out to the sides. But wherever you are, take a moment to enjoy the stillness. Feel that nice opening happening through your upper body. And just take a moment to let go and to be. Take about 2 more breaths. And last one here. And gently blink the eyes open if they were closed. Slowly draw the knees back towards each other. And then you're going to relax the arms all the way down by your sides to help release that stretch. And then you're going to bring your right knee into your chest, and you're going to grab that thigh. This is going to help you come up from this position. So extend your left leg completely, and then hold on to that right leg or that right thigh really tight, and then push that leg forward as hard as you can, and that's going to bring you up to your seat. Once you arrive, come back to your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you today. And then again, you're just going to do a couple of sweeps with the arms. So bring the right arm left arm all the way up, and then sweep it all the way down towards the ground as you move towards the opposite side, and then reach the right arm up overhead. And then do the same thing. Right arm forward, circle it. Bring the left arm up into a side bend, and then just do that a couple times on each side. And once you finish one more round on each side, you'll come back to center, take a gentle bow, and then just use your hands to help support yourself on your way up. You're going to lace the hands behind the back one final time, pull the knuckles down towards the ground, puff the chest up towards the ceiling, inhale, look up, and then exhale, let it all go. We'll finish up by taking one hand over the heart and one hand over the belly, finding gratitude because that changes everything about the way we see the world. So thank you for allowing me to guide your practice today, from my heart to yours. I hope to see you at the next one. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.